Charles Wadden, Biniam Maru are your officials here today. We are under... Into today, the Liberty in a 5-game win streak. You don't factor in the Commissioner's Cup. It doesn't factor into regular season stats or standings. And a kick ball, so we'll reset from the sideline with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
And it's the best start that the Liberty have had in a very long time in a season.
Stewart, a long two, from about 17 feet out. Here's Caitlin Clark, leading rookies in several of the major categories. Scoring, assists. She's up there with rebounds, up there with steals. And she'll take the first three-pointer and knock it down and treat the fans to that.
That's certainly a shot you want to see her make early. And this crowd is bumping.
Liberty coming off the win against Minnesota. The Fever haven't played a home game since June 19th. They've been on the road for 5 straight games. Clark's gonna pull again. And if there ever was a shot to get the fans on the edge of their seat early in the game, that was it. Ionescu looking to respond. Sabrina Ionescu, one of the best three-point shooters, set all kinds of three-point records last year. Here's Caitlin Clark driving. She's got the first 5 points.
Wow. Well, what a start for the Fever and for Caitlin Clark here. There's tremendous aggressiveness from the tip, and that's what you want to see from them.
This 5-point advantage for the Fever is actually the largest lead that they've had in this series. They only led by 3 points against New York in the first 3 games, so a really good start for Indiana. Aaliyah Boston makes it 7-0. What a start!
And what a pep to their step right now. They're really looking to push the ball in transition and do the little things, get the rebound and run.
Sabrina Ionescu to Brianna Stewart, the reigning MVP, leaves it short. A cold start, 0 for 4 for the Liberty out of the gates. Katie Lou Samuelson, the UConn graduate, out to Kelsey Mitchell, who pulls from 3.
And Mitchell has really come on strong these last few games. That's been a huge addition offensively for this group. Denijah Laney Hamilton trying to find Sabrina Ionescu. Tough 2 to try to get, no call. Sabrina just puts her hands in the air. Behind the back, Caitlin Clark between the legs. It's showtime, looking for Kelsey Mitchell. Melissa Smith driving and draws the foul. The first against Jonquel Jones. You have to like the attack mode from the Indiana Fever, of course. But the assertiveness, the energy from the Fever to start has been impressive. Folks paying attention to the league know the name Caitlin Clark, but they might not know the names of a Melissa Smith, who is an equal part in terms of the success for the Indiana Fever this year. She's a Baylor graduate, averages about 11.5 points per game, can get you almost 8 rebounds per game in this starting lineup. She's that blue-collar hard worker that does anything the team needs to really, just to really make things happen. You see 14 boards against the Aces on Tuesday. That was a tough game for them all around. And we're talking to the new fans who have eyeballs on this league, but she is the number 2 overall pick in the 2022 draft. So you think of how young this Indiana Fever team is. You've got Smith, the number 2 overall pick. You have Aaliyah Boston, the number 1 overall pick last year. And of course, Caitlin Clark, the number 1 pick this year. And Stewart draws the foul against Smith. That is her first. Point differential by quarter. The New York Liberty have gotten out fast in the first 3 games, outscoring the Indiana Fever by 100 points after the first quarter. Yeah, and they've been really good in first quarters and fourth quarters throughout the season. That's been their MO. Let's take a look at the CarMax Never Settle Player Spotlight. Today we're highlighting Brianna Stewart from the New York Liberty MVP, including the reigning MVP from last year. Now, one thing we know about the Liberty, they're veteran-oriented, and they don't let themselves get rattled easily. They're down here big early.
Katie Lou Samuelson keeps the possession here for the Fever. Boston looking to cross over. Jones slips right past her. It's a 10-1 start.
Now, we talked to Aaliyah Boston before the game, and she said she's just feeling confident right now.
It is about us, and then re-emphasizing they need to get some stops, guys. So passionate Sandy Blondell over here.
It's really been a reverse of roles in the team starts here, the way this series has been. Now, New York has put up over 100 points in the first 2 or 3 games that they've met here with the Indiana Fever. There's the first field goal coming with about almost 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
And you think, you know, Indiana started out pretty well defensively, just heads on the swivel, their feet moving, but Brianna
take on the Liberty for the 4th time. They didn't really have a whole lot of practice time or rest time through the first 3 minutes.
And you know, they've got something to prove, Lisa.
Kelsey Mitchell makes good on another opportunity.
And that's the way to do it. Mitchell just continuing after the rebound, after that second chance. That's what got her that opportunity.
And trying to defend Stewart. Caitlin Clark gets a piece, but in the hands of Lainey Hamilton. Crosses over, looking for the baseline. Samuelson turns her away. 5 here to shoot. Lainey Hamilton with 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Lainey Hamilton to Jonquel Jones, can't get it off.
Yeah, what's important for the Liberty and what they're not doing right now is they're not executing and getting ball, creating an opportunity.
Second turnover here for the Liberty as the Fever go back to work. Katie Lou Samuelson takes the post-entry pass, can't finish. Her first shot attempt of the day. Lainey Hamilton will pull and hits it from 3. She's going to be key for this Liberty's success. Had to sit out about 3 games because of a knee injury.
And that's the way to push the ball in transition.
Oh, that's not going to waste much time. Caitlin Clark has her second 3-pointer.
How confident is she right now? When you let a shooter knock a couple down, that's all you need.
I love this. Shooter for shooter. 3 for 3, but look out, Aaliyah Boston, don't break. The Fever are going to get you in the fast break point category today.
And typically you see it the other way around. The Liberty averaging almost 40 points in fast breaks.
And they would put up some threes as Lainey Hamilton gets another. The New York Liberty attempt about 30 of them per game. That's the most in the league. Melissa Smith gets it to drop.
Wow, we got a lot of offense here early.
Ionescu with her last 3-pointer, 46 straight games that she's hit a 3-pointer. Looking for another, a high arcing shot, not there. 7-point advantage for the Fever, they want to go. Mitchell knocks it down from 15 feet out.
Kelsey Mitchell is playing at such a high level right now. She's one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. If she gets going in the open floor.
Vandersloot. Up to Stewart up top. Here comes Ionescu. Back to Stewart. And Brianna Stewart with a miss. A 4-for-11 start here for the Liberty.
And you saw that time the Liberty sent 5 players back after that miss.
They learned their lesson. They don't want the Fever running on them. Smith can't get it. 3rd turnover for the Liberty. 3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back, knocks it down. Her 3rd 3 of the quarter.
And a lot of these shots are not easy. The degree of difficulty is high. She's creating those shots off the dribble.
11 points, just like that for Clark. Jones with the miss. Caitlin Clark creating the first turnover here for the Fever. Ionescu on the push. Well, the Liberty like to run with it. Tiffany's report.
The Fever have them on their heels right now. Just the pace of play for the Fever.
And this crowd is helping them too. Mitchell, air ball. That calms things down a little bit here at game. The Fever have played more games, 11 games in the first 20 days of the season. More games than any other team in the league.
And they played against the top teams. They played the Liberty a couple times. They played the Sun.
The Stewart with the good finish. And Brianna Stewart now with 5 points.
That's a nice, simple post-entry pass. And you see Leona Phoebish in the game here for New York, who's been really adding quality minutes for New York.
24-year-old rookie, Phoebish is.
They've got her on Clark.
5 seconds to shoot. Kelsey Mitchell looking to drive. And Stewart gets her. And a shot clock violation. One of the better shot blockers in the league. Brianna Stewart was waiting.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're going. Certainly light it up from back there.
She'll get a breather maybe for the last 90 seconds here of the quarter. Remember, she was held to single digits 2 of the 3 games against the Liberty this year. Stewart for 3 has so far been the answer, the offensive answer for the Liberty.
The Liberty are taking pretty quick shots. They've got to move the ball better and get easier opportunities.
Kelsey Mitchell, another deep one. And so the Fever cooling off here a little bit. And Katie Lou Samuelson commits her first personal. So the 2 UConn teammates defending each other on that possession. In the starting lineup, she has started the first 4 games of the season, playing that 3 position here for the Indiana Fever. And Samuelson pulls down the rebound. Fever have been scoreless the last 4 possessions. Here's Erica Wheeler checking in for the first time off the bench, loses it to Laney Hamilton. And Kayla Thornton, that's not exactly textbook, but she gets the bucket anyhow.
Yeah, I know Christy Size is calling for a double dribble there, but Thornton will take it.
No points for the Fever, 2.5 and counting. Caitlin Clark on the bench. Backdoor look, Erica Wheeler. Corner look. Wallace puts it up. Christy Wallace chases down her own miss.
That's really good hustle right there. And Christy Wallace just attacked that rebound. And that's where New York played.
4 team fouls for each of these teams. You got to get to 5 team fouls to get in the bonus. Clark left all alone and stepped on the sideline for the turnover. 3 turnovers here for the Fever.
And that's been an area that's tops in the W in that department, Lisa. So I think you're seeing right there, just those extra possessions and extra opportunities is really helping Indiana.
Going into this possession, though, the Fever have been scoreless the last 6 possessions. And scoreless in about 3 minutes and counting. Caitlin Clark thought about pulling the trigger, gets it right back. And still can't end that drive. Smith with a second chance opportunity for the Fever as Thornton rips it away for the Liberty. Naomi Phoebish has been an important addition here for the Liberty, but can't get that 3-pointer to fall. 3 for 11 from 3. How's your hops? Can you get that one?
Yeah, I can. Oh, I think I can maybe get that with my my athleticism right now. You, so much success together.
And to put a period, you're carrying a little one now.
Yeah.
So that's why your athleticism is not what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be. Speaking of which, Katie Lou also coming off of a year.
Had a baby last year. Yes, yes.
We can all relate here, right?
Well, you already have a little one, and you've got another one on the way, so you can appreciate, you know, the toughness that takes.
And to get back off that, I mean, to be the kind of player you were, it's just enormous, and it's so hard.
Damaris Dantas, playing in her 2nd game for the Fever, is going to have to let it fly for 3. Her first 3-point make of the season.
And, you know, we talked to Coach Sides about Dantas, and she has not had a single practice, but she's such a pro. She's going to put her in that game, and she's going to perform.
She was dealing with a knee injury, so hasn't played, was just activated. So last season to the WNBA. And if you're wondering, a career 3-point field goal percentage, 34%. And the second foul to Nalissa Smith. First team foul of the quarter. And the shot clock resets to 14 seconds. Stewart for 3. Well, the Liberty having a tough go of it.
Just cold. They're getting some looks.
Clark looking to challenge Stewart. Maybe not. That long wingspan turning her away, but Wheeler will take it inside.
And see, that was, she kept moving, got into space.
Burke has checked in. Kennedy Burke for the Liberty. Coming off the bench.
Nice seal.
And the reverse goes for Phooj.
And that's good recognition. Phooj recognized Clark was on her, and she sealed her off and had an easy layup.
First year with the Liberty and the WNBA. Phooj, the rookie, defending the other rookie, Caitlin Clark.
And Leonie Phooj is known for a very versatile long defender, and Caitlin Clark is having no problem scoring against her and her length.
Lady Hamilton had a heavy dose as being the primary defender in this series against Clark. And Caitlin Clark whistled for her first personal. All right, so we talked about testing your... York just shooting about 29% though from distance. Wheeler again. Stewart with another rebound. Brianna Stewart, 5 points, 4 rebounds so far here today. Now she's got the mismatch with Wheeler defending. Anderson looks it off to Kayla Thutton for 3. That double team coming. And the Fever toss it away. So the Liberty forcing the turnover.
Very impressive.
Thornton with the putback off the glass.
Michaela Thornton's come in here for New York and been a nice spark.
7 points for Thornton off the bench. She has spent some time in the starting lineup because of the absence of Courtney Vandersloot and Benijah Laney Hamilton at times. 6 here to shoot. Wheeler off the glass. Jones corrals it.
And we haven't seen Jonquel Jones get too involved yet in the offense. And I think it's important to get her some touches.
Well, Jonquel Jones has only shot it once here so far. We're approaching the midway point of the second quarter. Clark. That time with Thornton defending.
Well, you see how Caitlin Clark is such a tough cover. But she creates space for herself. Doesn't need much room to get that shot off.
And the Liberty turn it over once again.
Over and over, they felt like they could have won that game. And so they're on a mission this season to get back to the finals and to win it this year. And they've got the pieces, they've got the horses this season to put it together.
5-second violation here for the Fever, so the Liberty get a gift here. Some of their reserves running with Sabrina Ionescu and Jonquel Jones and Benijah Laney Hamilton. Jones still off the mark, just her second attempt. The New York Liberty 1 for 7 from 3 in this quarter, so that's what they'll do. They'll take it inside for 2 instead.
That's good patience that time. Just getting the ball around the horn, keeping the ball alive, penetrating and pitching.
Kennedy Burke will get you about a bucket off the bench. She's got the latest one here for the Liberty. Clark has missed her last couple from 3. Ionescu is looking for Jones. Fever take it away.
Okay, Lulu Samuelson with the defense.
Still trying to hunt down her first 3-point make. That's her first attempt. And the Fever now 4 for 12 in the game. Jones looking to force the issue, goes glass. Those are her first points.
That was a good job by Jonquel Jones, recognizing she had Katie Lou Samuelson on her, not Aaliyah Boston. Took it to her with the mismatch.
A 9-0 run here for the Liberty. Boston looking to end that, rims out. There's been no lead changes so far yet, and Jones forcing the issue against this Fever defense, the second personal on Samuelson.
Something minor.
Clark feeding the post down to Boston, who goes right at Jones, and Jones clears.
Good one-on-one defense, and you don't want to allow Boston to get any deeper than that in the paint.
A 10-0 run here for the Liberty. And a chance to take the lead. Ionescu, though, can't get it left side. Largest lead has been 12 for the Fever. The Liberty have not led yet in this first half.
You see how Christy Sides likes to keep Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark on that right side, on the same side. Because a couple turnovers for Indiana in that sequence as well.
And the Fever are in trouble. You saw that grab
from New York. They're clamping down a little bit.
Jonquel Jones getting bodied up by Aaliyah Boston. And that's her first. And we spoke to Boston in the pregame about trying to defend Jonquel. She said, you know, basically, you know that she's going to hit some shots, but you just have to make it as tough as possible against a WNBA All-Star.
And she doesn't want to allow her to get those deep seals. And that's important because when Jonquel Jones gets the deep seals in the lane, like, see how high she is? That's better. That's good defense from Boston.
She's trying to
better offense.
The play wasn't done, and Jonquel Jones had the final say. First lead for the Liberty that didn't last long as Smith puts the Fever back on top. And the Liberty have climbed all the way from a 12-point deficit. Ionescu from distance, nothing but net.
That's something they really needed right now to spread the floor out.
6 points for Sabrina Ionescu.
Ionescu, who's battled some illness the last week or so, feeling a lot better today.
In particular, in the last game against Minnesota, didn't know if she would even play. And Smith has got the last couple, the last 2 buckets for the Fever.
Smith is so tough. She's just finding her rhythm.
Ionescu hesitation. Lainey Hamilton waiting. Caitlin Clark, 13 points. Pocket pass to Aaliyah Boston. Those two keep getting better and better together.
Yeah, the chemistry is unreal between them, and I think it's only going to improve. And I love the bounce pass. The use of the bounce pass, it's underutilized.
Boston has 8 points. Clark has 7 assists to go with their 13 points as Stewart draws the foul. And Smith now has collected her 3rd personal, so keep an eye on that for the Indiana.
Sometimes New York struggles with that physicality part of opponents.
It's been a minute since we talked about Brianna Stewart scoring a point. Misses the second. She's got 6 points here in the half. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Fever nearly lose it. Back to Smith again, driving baseline. Out to Kelsey Mitchell. Flips it over to Boston. Over the outstretched hands of Stewart. And the last 8 points for the Fever have come in the paint.
There's been no hesitation from Indiana, and that's what I like. They're making the crisp, quick passes.
24 paint points in the game, and an advantage against the Liberty in that category, 24-16. Ionescu took a peek inside, instead a cross-court pass to Kayla Thornton, chases down her own miss. The final few seconds, Ionescu once again left side. And a turnover.
Interesting.
So it'll be Liberty basketball here with 8 to shoot. Stewart drawing the foul. And she's doing a good job getting herself to the free throw line. Lexi Hall
Points and get herself to the line.
Your summer guilty pleasure is back. Big Brother returns with new house guests, new twists, and something so new. You know what, Julianne, we just can't reveal that just yet. Don't miss the season premiere of Big Brother, Wednesday, July 17th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
The mystery.
That's right.
Big mystery.
The intrigue.
I love it.
1 point advantage for the Fever going into this possession. Shot clock still in play. Lainey Hamilton knocks Caitlin Clark to the floor. Mentioned that Lainey Hamilton has been really the primary defender here in this series against Caitlin Clark. And Clark's shooting numbers haven't been great against the Liberty this year.
No, they haven't been. And today they're much better than they've been. And I think Lainey Hamilton does a pretty good job staying very physical with her. And she's really taken that upon herself to be a primary defender.
One of the better defenders in the league, and a kick ball by Lainey Hamilton. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They will now be eliminated with only just shy of 11 seconds left to play in the first half. 14 seconds, we just don't have 14 seconds left to play in the first half. So 10.7 to play from the sideline. Indiana Fever, the kick out in the corner. Kelsey Mitchell gets a look. The Liberty with one last chance if they run it. Ionescu can't get it off in time.
And this was when they were at their best, so they've got to play them the right way, like she said.
Well, they battled from being all the way down from 12 points, and the Fever seeking their first win against the Liberty in some time, as Kelsey Mitchell gets the first bucket of the second half.
But you're seeing the offensive talent from the Indiana Fever really at a high level today.
Courtney Vandersloot whips the pass to Lainey Hamilton. Can't get that corner three-pointer. That's normally her shot. And a loose ball foul, so that's 4 personals on Melissa Smith.
Off the ball movement, knowing where to slice into space.
Vandersloot, a little hesitation, and Courtney Vandersloot with her first field goal of the game. And Melissa Smith picking up her 4th personal. Right now, Christy Sides hasn't looked to the bench. She's leaving her in there.
Trusting her to not pick another one up.
Kelsey Mitchell with the handoff out to Katie Lou Samuelson for a high arcing bullseye for her first points.
When Katie Lou Samuelson starts to light it up, this team is different, because then you've got her and Caitlin Clark.
Brianna Stewart goes back door and beats the whole Fever defense. A beauty of a pass from Ionescu.
Really nice job. Ionescu not getting a lot of touches offensively in terms of her shot, but she always gets people involved.
Caitlin Clark misses her first shot of the second half, and she had accounted for 27 of the 39 first half points for the Fever between her own points and her assists. Ionescu up against Samuelson. Likes that matchup and finds a cutting Lainey Hamilton.
Yeah, really nice job. I like when Sabrina Ionescu has the ball in her hands, and that's been really important for their success. And good things happen. Lainey Hamilton with a great cut.
And she's got 10 points. Lainey Hamilton and Stewart are your double-figure scorers for the Liberty. Clark feeding Samuelson out of that double team.
And that was a perfect slip. Katie Lou Samuelson just slipping right where she needed to, reading that screen.
And she's got the last 5 points here for the Fever after being scoreless in the first half. Looking towards John Crow Jones' way. It's a turnover for the Liberty, their 6th of the game. And Caitlin Clark trying to thread the needle. Liberty read it. Ionescu off the Stewart screen, that's a 2. And Sabrina Ionescu sort of numbers, her first half has been quiet.
She hasn't taken a lot of shots, and for Sabrina, she does not force shots. She takes what the defense gives her.
And Brianna Stewart going right at that front court here for the Fever. Katie Lou Samuelson, that's her 3rd. So Samuelson now with 3 and Melissa Smith with 4. Those are 2 of the Fever starters.
And what New York's good at, and they've been good out throughout the season, is creating matchup problems.
Let's take a look again at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule that we showed you earlier. Typical of seeing now on Fridays.
The game.
Those free throws for Brianna Stewart, now 24th all time on the WNBA scoring list. And the Liberty looking for more. Ionescu sneaks behind the Fever defense and the largest lead of the game here for the Liberty.
And that was just sloppy offense. Something Christy Sides said cannot happen against the Liberty, because they will take advantage of it and get out with transition baskets.
Liberty trailed by as many as 12 points. Now they're up by 4. They are not the #1 team in the league for no reason. And Smith takes it inside, can't get it. Jones taps it out. Liberty on a little bit of a run. They've scored on 6 of their 8 possessions this quarter. To Smith, a rocket of a pass, and 9 points now for Smith.
And that's called getting lost on defense. Just nobody even within the vicinity of Smith.
Isolation look for Lainey Hamilton against Kelsey Mitchell. Jonquel Jones to Ionescu to Stewart, and above the break 3 is not there. And Boston lays it in.
And again, poor communication defensively from New York. Good job by the Fever pushing that tempo. They're seeming to get what they want when they can push the ball.
Clark now with that assist. Her 3rd straight double-double. 13 points, 10 assists. Benijah Lainey Hamilton. So tough.
And Lainey Hamilton's had a hot hand here.
Boston in and out. Ionescu in the lane, the floater, around and around it falls. And slowly but surely, Sabrina Ionescu has gotten better at that kind of shot, that kind of play.
And she's been taking it at the rim, and I think that's important for her game and continuing to look for her shot.
12 points for Sabrina. Stewart again forces a turnover.
I noticed Sabrina's got the ball in her hands.
And yells out at
where to go, so it's only enhanced the way they play, guys.
And I thought that was really interesting because
shot clock violation, and the second one here for the Fever, and that one coming out of the timeout, which is not ideal.
No, I mean, it's certainly not how you want to come out of the timeout. You know that Christy Sides drew something up, but good defense. That has been what has separated the Liberty. They've been locked in on that end of the floor this half. Just more intensity.
Liberty, remember, on a current 7-0 run. They scored on 9 of 12 possessions here in the 3rd. They've been fantastic. Jonquel Jones looking to add to it around and around, but it pops out.
The Liberty are capable of good defensive performances. Just Tuesday held Minnesota to 67 points.
Samuelson looking to get physical there with Ionescu, gets the shot off. Can't get the bucket. And Jones with the rebound. 8 rebounds and 5 points for Jonquel Jones. Ionescu to Jones. Kayla Thornton with the 3-point look. Liberty have attempted 27 threes. They average about 30 attempts per game. So could finish above that average here today. 6 to shoot for the Fever, 4 to shoot. Smith playing still with those 4 personal fouls.
And she's done a nice job not fouling again since then.
Jones trying to split the double team. Working around the perimeter, Ionescu penetrating. And lost her footing at the end of that drive.
But you like the drive, you like the assertiveness from Sabrina Ionescu.
And Thornton gets chopped right at midcourt. Reverse roll, as that time it's Boston looking for Clark. And the back door, Clark for 3. Liberty looking to add to its lead. Stewart pulls up, baseline look. Clark goes back door. Samuelson, wide open look. She's got 5 points here in the 3rd quarter. They can't get that one, but persistence paying off. Boston gets it right back. Kelsey Mitchell drills the 3-pointer. Timeout, Liberty. 9 points for Mitchell, and the Fever charging. Liberty working coming out of this timeout. Contact being made. Ionescu with the miss. Jones with another opportunity here for the Liberty. Benijah Laney Hamilton knocks down the three-pointer, and she's got 18 points.
Jonquel Jones with the extra rebounds, the little things she does to create the extra possessions. And then Laney Hamilton, she is just hot. 6 of 8 from the floor.
Check that, she's got 15 and 3 of 5 from 3. 5 to shoot. Boston with the blow-by.
See, that's where Boston is such a versatile big. You see, she just steps out, turns and faces, and puts it on the deck.
Laney Hamilton perhaps once again. Stewart, the clear out. Ionescu a deep one. Sabrina can't get it. 6 of 16 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3 for Sabrina Ionescu today. Boston faces up against Stewart. Kicks it back out. Here comes Hall with a pull-up with 3 on the shot clock. Had to put it up. Final few seconds of the third quarter. Liberty up 5. Liberty up 7. Laney Hamilton with 17. That's the end of the third quarter. The score 62 to 55. You are watching the WNBA on CBS, presented by. She surpassed Sue Bird today in terms of that rookie record, double-doubles with points and assists. And oh, by the way, 3 rebounds from possibly her first triple-double, and that would be the first in WNBA history for a rookie. Remarkable. See if it can happen here in the fourth. The block coming over. Boston with the smother.
That was pretty. And that's how Boston can affect the game. She can really impact things. Good move.
17 points in the game.
That's what's made this team so tough, is it on any given day or night. Different players have stepped up in different times of the game. Right now, Sabrina Ionescu playing with more urgency this half.
9-point lead, the largest lead for the Liberty. Caitlin Clark shot only 2 times in that third quarter. That's her first attempt in the fourth.
New York's made it harder on her. She has been smothered, and they've been rotating better. New York's defense has been far surpassing the first half.
Brianna Stewart again. Now, she did a good job getting herself to the free throw line in the first half.
They
to take this game under her control. You add in a Jonquel Jones and you sprinkle in all-stars.
Jonquel Jones is in double-figure rebounding right now, so she might only have 5 points, but doing other intangibles.
Caitlin Clark hasn't scored yet in the second half, being defended by Ionescu. Mitchell trying to free her up, but Thornton switches out on her. And Clark gives it up. 1 second on the shot clock. Boston with a prayer. And another shot clock violation. That's the third of the game for the Fever.
Again, good communication. The Liberty on the balls of their feet. They're switching right. They're being more aggressive on this end of the floor, and they've stayed disciplined in that department. And 13 turnovers from Indiana because of it.
Laney Hamilton dribbles right into that. Can't get the three-pointer. And the 8th rebound for Caitlin Clark. The runner falls off the glass, and Clark's first field goal since 7:48 in the second quarter. 15 points in the game, 10 assists, 8 rebounds for Clark. Post up for Stewart.
And that's where Stewart has really found success this whole game. Continue to feed her in the paint, or let her get it.
Ionescu pump fake. A three-pointer on the way, not there. And Clark chases it down. 9 rebounds now for Clark. One rebound off of the first triple-double for a rookie in WNBA history. Mitchell penetrating to her strong hand and can't get it. Ionescu again penetrating. Thornton with a three on the way, and the first triple-double for a rookie. Caitlin Clark has it. More history for the Fever rookie. The records keep coming.
Started out in college. Close to sold out if it's not sold out. I mean,
It's a
she
sellout.
has drawn so much support in Indiana here.
Well, remember, she was one rebound shy in the Phoenix game from getting a triple-double. So these Fever fans were waiting for it. So record out of the way, and about 7 minutes left to play in this game.
But you know, deep down, all she wants to do is win.
Ionescu throws it off the backside of Clark with 8 seconds left to shoot. Jonquel Jones in trouble. Finds Thornton, who finds Kennedy Burke. Not normally known for her three-point shooting, knocks in her 7th of the season.
Well, she had a lot of time to take that one. Just some miscommunication defensively. No rotation to her.
And Burke's got 5 points off the bench. Caitlin Clark trying to wheel and deal. Dantas had a three-pointer in the first half, and now that baseline jumper for her 5 points.
But Caitlin Clark good at keeping the ball alive with a dribble, and she finds the open player.
Six and some change left to play. Ionescu penetrating, so tough. Boy, 19 points, but a technical foul. Ionescu said too much. Frustration boiling up.
The competition.
Clark makes good on the technical free throw after this bucket. Smith with the keeper.
That would have been pretty.
It'll stay here though. Fever basketball. New York trying to fend off Indiana at home today.
Now, and it looks like that tape has been removed from her right hand, but before she was visibly in pain. Now she's standing up, and it looks like she's trying to move back towards the front of the bench, guys.
And she's doing exactly that, so that's good news for Fever fans.
And you hope it's not her right thumb or anything.
And that's exactly the thumb that she was grasping.
Yeah, I
Her strong
hurt my
hand,
thumb
her shooting
once.
hand.
Horrible, the right thumb.
And New York still with the pedal to the metal here in the fourth quarter. Jonquel Jones, you mentioned her double digits in rebounds, 12 of them that she has today. But 5 points, and there have been some games where she's had single-digit scoring here this year.
There had, and yet she always has a big number in the rebound department. If she's not scoring, she is making other things happen, or she's blocking shots. And just her presence on the floor is huge for the Liberty.
Clark, just the one field goal in the second half, misses that one. Hall gives a Fever another chance, penetrating, driving, and hitting her first field goal of the day. Ionescu off the stagger screen. Back to Jones. Thought about it. Behind the back will go right at Hall. And Lexi Hall back the other way. Lainey Hamilton. Pump fake, penetrating, can't get it.
Smith needed to just go up with that left hand and take a simple layup. She tried to make it too fancy there.
Second personal on Stewart, so Smith will go to the free throw line. You see Aaliyah Boston has checked back into this game. You see her stat line has done a great job, as we had mentioned, playing with the 4 personal fouls without picking up that 5th.
And that's a veteran player right there.
A veteran player who's in her third season.
Exactly.
So
Hasn't been that long.
Is.
A veteran move is the word.
11 points for Smith.
For this team, she's a vet.
Crowd on its feet. Stewart with the kick out. Lady Hamilton silencer here in Indy.
That looked like Indiana went into his zone that time, and New York recognized it. Good movement.
Clark can't get it. Smith with the offensive rebound. Eight to shoot. Mitchell in and out. Smith with another offensive rebound. He gets tapped away. Smith, 56% free throw shooter this year, 63% in her short career. Four of 6 from the foul line. Screen. And Jonquel Jones was in the middle of it, and it's going to be Lexi Hall.
They did challenge it. It was not successful, as you mentioned, Lisa.
So Indiana loses its coach's challenge. But a good New York still has its challenge left.
A good heads-up play that time from Jonquel Jones. I mean, she was doing the handoff and then set the screen right after.
Home looking for some reinforcements. Clark, just 1 of 6 in the second half, 3 points. 6 to shoot. Clark off the bounce. Lady Hamilton defending. Mitchell in a tough spot. 1 second and the 4th shot clock violation for Indiana.
New York has really stayed locked in on that end of the floor. I mean, that has been the big difference here in the second half. They've also held Caitlin Clark down.
The Liberty on that play, Jonquel Jones, point center, point forward, depending on what she's playing at that moment of the game. But Jones with a couple of assists, that was one of them on the fast break.
She can do it all. Coach Brondello has stuck with the starters for much of the second half here.
Lady Hamilton for 3. That time it's not there. She is 4 of 8 from three-point territory today. Clark, as we mentioned, only 3 points in the second half. She had 13 in the first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today and gets the end one.
Not an easy shot. I mean, she's fading away, and she's fully covered.
Just like that, it's a 3-point ball game. The Liberty have beaten the Fever 3 times already this season. This is the 4th and final meeting of the regular season between these two teams. Ionescu, short. Clark with her 11th rebound, feeding Mitchell for 3. Tied at 75. 7-0 run for the Fever.
What she's been able to overcome and have to work through.
Her father, Mark Mitchell, passed away a few months ago at the age of 56. Was an assistant coach at Ohio State when Kelsey played there with her twin sister. And Kelsey Mitchell rips it away. Mitchell. Shovel pass to Boston, and the Fever have rallied to take the lead in the 4th.
The Fever really feeding off this crowd, too, and allowing it to fuel them.
What kind of answer did the Liberty have in them? Inside 2 minutes left to play. Trying to end a 9-0 Fever run. Touch pass, Lady Hamilton. Corner shot, not there. seconds left to play. Oh, penetrating, the reverse falls. +4 Fever.
How about switching hands there at the last second from Hull? She has had some huge points.
Ionescu to Stewart. Oh, it's a T-point. Sabrina with the T-Panther. Cuts the lead to 1.
Not too much gets Ionescu rattled.
22 points, her 4th three-point make. And the ball is loose, it'll stay here.
And Lexi.
Seconds to play. Liberty trail by 1. Ionescu, Hall defending. 8 seconds to shoot. And a timeout called by the Indiana and New York still have their reset timeouts left. They each get 1. Ionescu out of the timeout, lets it fly. That's for the lead. Loose ball. Lady Hamilton chases it down. Over the back call. And a turnover, a crucial one for the Liberty.
Yeah, they had possession there, could not maintain it.
And the Indiana Fever will inbound to Boston.
Yeah, you got to foul her immediately.
And it'll be Boston's first trip to the foul line for the Fever. Makes good on the first. Third round coverage of the John Deere Classic is next on CBS. Available now on PGAtour.com, CBSSports.com, and the CBS Sports. Three-point game. Liberty called a reset timeout, which allows them to advance it across half court. So now Sandy Brondello. No more reset timeouts and no more full timeouts. The Fever do have 1 full timeout left.
Now do you go for the 3 here if you're New York, and that's an option. They've got good 3-point shooters, or you take the quick 2.
Stewart inbounds to Jones. Over to Ionescu from the corner for the tie, in and out. Fever come down with it. The Liberty forced to foul. Big bucket, that free throw makes it a 2-possession game. Five-point lead. Liberty got to go the distance, and they got to hustle. 9 seconds left in the game. Laney Hamilton pulls for 3. Well off the mark. Another rebound for Caitlin Clark. Seconds tick off, and the Fever have the